Welcome to Movie Speeching. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take good care. Ajin Demi-Human is the name of the movie. Please like and subscribe to get every update. The film begins with an introduction to Ajin. The Ajin are a new race that cannot die. No matter how seriously injured they are, they only die temporarily and come back to life. 26 years ago, the first Ajin was discovered in South Africa. To date, 46 Ajin have been identified worldwide. A few days ago, a man named K. Nagai was accidentally hit by a truck and died. Surprisingly, he came back to life with all his injuries, which is why the government calls him the third Ajin. The government immediately places Nagai under their protection, but it turns out the government is conducting an experiment on the captured Ajin. The head of the research laboratory, Tosaki, shows the research being done at the government. It turns out Nagai doesn't know he's Ajin. Before the accident, he had a normal life as an intern at Tokyo University Hospital. Suddenly, the laboratory is invaded by terrorists, Sato and Tanaka, who know Tosaki and assume he has come to kidnap Nagai. The guards immediately came to arrest them. The guards attacked Sato with a sedative and hit him in the arm. Unexpectedly, he cut his hand and continued to fight. Shortly after, he was shot in the arm again, but this time he committed suicide. It turns out that Sato is an Ajin, as he comes back to life with a new hand. Moments later, Sato frees Nagai and proceeds to kill the researcher. He then gave Nagai the gun and told him to kill the remaining researcher. Surprisingly, Nagai turns him down, then Sato shows him an example. Because of this, Nagai shot him and fled with the remaining survivors, while Sato came back to life. Sato finally catches up with them and now he summons a creature called Black Ghost. Sato attacks them with the creature, but suddenly Nagai unconsciously summons his black ghosts to protect them from the attacks. The two creatures confront each other and Nagai takes the opportunity to escape. Sato finally stops him, but this time Nagai uses his creature to kill Sato and this time manages to escape. Dusk comes and journalists arrive at the scene. It turns out Sato had planned this. He and Tanaka go to the reporter's location and they reveal information about the experiment performed to Ajin. Sato reveals to the audience that he is the Ajin and claims that he saved the second Ajin, Tanaka, from the government. They even posted a recording of Tanaka being posted on the internet. Sato then requested citizenship for Ajin and a special area for Ajin to live. The next day, Nagai met an old woman who invited him to her house. He then accepted the offer and rested there. At the hospital, a guard named Izumi asks Nagai's sister Eriko where he is. Suddenly, Izumi is attacked by Tanaka's black ghost that has the power of invisibility. It turns out that Tanaka is outside the hospital, and he then uses the creature to capture Eriko, so they can lure Nagai out. Surprisingly, Izumi was Ajin and immediately attacked Tanaka's creature. Since his organism was weaker at a distance, he went to the hospital. Just then, Tanaka arrived, but Eriko was surrounded by so many people that he decided to return to Sato. At a meeting, Tosaki responded to Sato. He denied their claims and also claimed that the recording was fabricated. Meanwhile, Nagai helps the old woman. Shortly after, he learned that his sister had been attacked. For this reason, he immediately went to the hospital. There he meets Eriko on the roof. He told Eriko that she wasn't safe there, so he decided to take her to see the old woman. The next day, he trained and tried to control the creature he possessed. Meanwhile, Sato reacts to the government and the public. He said they decided to use force and they were going to destroy the Ministry of Health, which ran the research laboratory. He announced the coming day and also invited the Ajin who were still in hiding to fight alongside them. On the day of the announcement, police officers were seen monitoring the area. The minister is inside the building and says nothing will happen. Suddenly, a plane fell and crashed into a building. It turns out Sato was inside the plane when Tanaka brought his equipment by drone. Some people also came to support Sato after this announcement. Soon after, Sato was surrounded by police forces. He was shot and died, but the police shot him before he turned around, so Sato couldn't be revived. Tanaka then shoots them with a sniper rifle, allowing Sato to escape. Sato eventually defeated the entire police force with his Ajin powers. He then demands that the government surrender Tokyo in 20 days, or else they will spread AJVX gas over all of Tokyo, the most effective way to kill a large number of people. Meanwhile, Nagai and his sister ran away from the old woman's house because the villagers recognized Nagai as Ajin. A few days later, Tosaki contacted Sato and invited him north to Hokkaido, but because of the request to go to Tokyo, he refused the offer. On the way back, Tosaki noticed Nagai waiting for him. Nagai offers Tosaki help in stopping Sato's attack, but in return the government must place his sister under government protection and change her identity. Tosaki accepted the offer, then they began planning their strategy. On the other side, Sato and his men are preparing for attacks. It turns out that Tanaka spent 2 years as a test subject and Sato spent 20 years as a test subject. That's why they hate you, such a person. On the day of the attack, Sato initiated the attack with one of Sato's men, who infiltrated the building where AJCV was located. He managed to hack the government system. Tanaka and the others then boldly rushed in and tried to rush to the emergency exit to get back to the gas station. Soon, Tosaki caught the hacker. Tanaka went to the room with the gas. Suddenly, a black mist surrounded them from the vent. It turns out that the black fog was created by Nagai. Because of this black fog, they couldn't see very clearly, as only other Ajin could see it. Taking this opportunity, the police reassured Tanaka and the others. Meanwhile, Tanaka arrives at a lumber yard. There, he climbed into a wood chipper and, surprisingly, he came back to life in the building. It turns out he cut his hand before and Tanaka brought his hand with him. Shocked by this, Nagai and the police used the same tactics again and he was shot with a tranquilizer. When someone approaches him, he wakes up and turns out to be using his creature to protect himself. He then kills the remaining guards. He then frees the captured Tanaka. Then they took AJVX gas. Sato then went to the top of the building and told Nagai to go there too. No doubt, he climbed to the top and tried to ease off the gas. Then, the two of them and their two creatures faced each other. On the other side, Tosaki meets Tanaka and he immediately attacks Tosaki with his creature. Suddenly, Izumi arrives and saves Tosaki from being killed. Their creatures then confront each other, and the two owners also fight with fists. Tanaka cornered Izumi when suddenly Tosaki arrived and stabbed him with a tranquilizer. Because of this, they won against Tanaka, while he was unconscious from the sedative. Back at Nagai and Sato, the epic battle continues. Sato was also very impressed with him because he grew up so quickly in just a few weeks. Nagai tries to shoot him with a tranquilizer, but he has to exchange a hand. Sato lost consciousness, but unfortunately his creature did not die and immediately killed Sato, after which he returned. When Sato was about to kill Nagai, suddenly a group of policemen rushed down from the roof and attacked Sato with stun guns. Nagai then held Sato and both were cordoned off by the police. Police then exterminated both, recovering their body parts and rendering them incapable of regeneration. At the end of the film, Tosaki breaks his promise to Nagai due to his lofty demands. Suddenly, Nagai's previously cut hand begins to regenerate and brings Nagai back to life. He then went off the top of the building and ran away. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.